Hello to all my wonderful Pisces. Happy Sunday to each and every one of you. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with a very special reading on today for all of my Pisces. This is a general reading. These cards are the Light Seers Tarot deck by Chris Ann. These cards right here are the Sacred Self-Care Oracle deck by Jill Pyle. If you're interested in a personal reading, my information is down below. Let's get into it. Pisces, Most High God in the Universe, please give me a special reading for my wonderful Pisces. In every area of their lives, specifically in areas of power and intellect, money and wealth, creativity and emotions, and spirituality, and where they need to take action. What information do we have from our empathetic, artistic, emotional, in a great way, selfless, natural healers who are very compassionate? As a matter of fact, that's what your most likable trait is your compassion, who's also intuitive, very gentle, wise, and in a lot of cases musical, gods and goddesses. Yes, Pisces. Let's get into it. We're also going to be talking about the number 27, and I have some relationship tips for you at the end. Oh my God. Look at all those cards that flipped out. We're going to use all those. Let's go. All those cards jumped out the deck. Wheel of Fortune. Yes, we're going to put this right here. Wheel of Fortune. We also have the Hermit card. Can you see? The Hermit card right there. We also have, let me move these cards around a little bit. The King of Swords. We have the Page of Wands. Yes. We have the Two of Wands. Yes. We have the King of Wands. We have the Hanged Man, your ruling planet Neptune. Patience is the key. Yes, suspended in time. Here we go. Ace of Swords. Make some more room. Ace of Swords. We have the Five of Cups. We have the Temperance card. And we have the Six of Pentacles. So yes, I want you all to, so the message that I'm getting so far, even when I was shuffling the cards, the message that's coming across to me is to be patient with this process. You have the Wheel of Fortune spinning in your favor, plus you have a guardian angel watching over you who is a fire sign. There's somebody who has Sagittarius in their chart. And so every single time, for one, fire is a great purifier, right? But if anybody tries to harm you in any way, shape, form, or fashion, they actually end up getting burned. So look, when you look back over your life of the people who have tried to burn you, people who were just on different frequencies, the whole 9 yards, maybe they're not in your life anymore, maybe you all don't speak as frequently as you did in the past, you are wiser now. See this owl right here representing your wisdom and knowledge? Yes, you see things a lot clearer. And so that's where you actually have your breakthrough in your business. I see you all having a business and having tons of prospects. So what I don't want you to do, Pisces, is worry about the people who are no longer in your space. Let the universe handle it. Like seriously, let the universe handle who's not in your space anymore, because you have the Wheel of Fortune spinning in your favor. I see a lot of you all have done a lot of soul searching. Your mind could be kind of sort of racing and thinking, okay, I feel bad for leaving so-and-so behind. I really, really wanted to help them. I really wanted to, but no, seriously, let the universe handle it, right? Because I see tons of prospects for you. And I also see you having this childlike exuberance. See this right here, throwing up a baton? I see you having this childlike exuberance because now you have changed your perspective on relationships, right? So you're no longer seeing relationship as glass half empty. You're actually standing up from here and seeing all the stars right here in front of you, right? This right here can represent your past. You looking back and seeing how you used to be sad and feeling hopeless, that relationships aren't going to work out. Relationship, under the relationship umbrella, we can mean platonic relationships, professional relationships, or romantic relationships, almost seeming hopeless. But when you stand up and look at what's in front of you, your future is bright. Now, we know the time is an illusion. So for me, I see it in the now. For you, you see it as your future, right? But it looks like your future is absolutely bright. Tons of prospects coming in for work. I see you are receiving a lot of money, which is very, very nice. So if anything, this is a time where you want to really, your soul searching is, I'm just grateful for where I am right now. I just want to kind of sort of just take a moment to just pause, put everything on pause so I can focus on my gratitude, where I am in this space in my life right now, which which is great, right? So let's talk about the number 27 for just a second. 27, when you step into the vibration of the number 27, 27 actually exudes a sense of excellence and authority blended with a humanitarian spirit. No big shocker there. You all are usually fighting for the underdogs. You all have great spirits. 27 also is a vibration of courage. It's a vibration of love, a vibration of compassion, and a vibration of wise leadership. Again, you're wiser now, right? So it shouldn't matter to you that certain people aren't in your space anymore, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be this emotional disconnect. It doesn't have to be like, I don't like him, I don't like her anymore. They did this to me, they did that. No. Now you look at it with wiser eyes, and I mean spiritual eyes, where you're actually, your energy is actually balanced out, where you actually see things from all angles. You can see the divine masculine in them, the divine feminine in them. You can see the low vibration in them as well as the high vibration. You can see what value they added to your space, as well as, hey, it wasn't meant for them to go into the next chapter with me. So I'm not going to necessarily cry over spilled milk, and I'm not going to sit there and just focus on it, right? I'm just going to just give myself some time to move forward, to heal from some relationships. Because I can tell you, when relationships end, it feels like a death, rebirth. Death and rebirth are one and the same. So the ending of that relationship, but now it's on to greener pastures, it's on to better things, right? So you don't have to necessarily harp on what a person did to you, right? Yeah, so let's get some more cards and see what the rest of the cards have to say. Yeah, let's see. Let's pull one more card here. Yes, so this is where your compassion really, really pops out, right? Because you have compassion for people that you had to leave behind. And see, when you're operating in the flesh, it can get real tricky when you're operating in the flesh. You're like, oh, this person did this to me, they did that to me, and that's the reason why I wasted my time. And this is going to go to these relationships tips that I want to give you in a second. You can say a lot of things. This person did this to me, they did that to me, but what it really is, if we're all honest with ourselves, is you allowed yourself to stay in their space, their universe, maybe a little too long, right? That's where people really get frustrated. It's like, I should have left that relationship a long time ago. I should have left that situation a long time ago. And so sometimes it comes out as, I don't really like that person because you overstayed your welcome. Right? You overstayed your welcome. So you got a chance to see what your spirit already told you, because your flesh said, let's stick around a little bit longer. This person, they went through this as a child. They had this happen to them. They had that happen to them. And so when they do it to you, it's like, oh, whoa. I knew they were capable, but I didn't think they would do it to me because I've been so nice to them. Yeah. But if you saw it in the spirit realm when you first met them, you don't have to stick around to see it in the physical, in the natural, right? So again, having compassion first towards yourself, saying, okay, I saw what I needed to see. Let me change my perspective. It is what it is. Let me move on, because what lies ahead of me are a lot of stars, a lot of brightness. Like I said, I see you all receiving money. So some of you all are going to get raises on your job. Some of you all, your business is going to really, really take off, where your orders and stuff are going to start increasing. Your prospects are going to become greater. You're going to be just meeting new people coming across your path, right? And so some of those new people that you meet across your path could be, new prospects. It could be new, potential for new love. But that's not necessarily what you're looking for. You're not necessarily looking for love outside of yourself, because you are love, right? You're at your highest frequency. You are love. So if you happen to meet people, now you're going to really start paying attention to your intuition, right? Including your soul tribe. Some of you all have removed yourselves from even family members. You just said, you know what? They just don't serve my highest purpose. They trigger too many low vibration energy or feelings within me, so I'm going to have to cut them off. So now some of you all are going to come across your soul tribe, your new family, where you're going to be celebrating holidays with your new family, who may not be blood relatives, but nevertheless, they've become your family. First relationship tip, before we get into these oracle cards. First relationship tip is that you are a God. You are a creator. I always say this because you are. You create the life that you want. The God in you is never going to leave you nor forsake you. And I'm sure a lot of you all have heard that, especially if you were raised in the church. God will never leave you nor forsake you. God is not outside of you. God is in you, right? Yes, number 2, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are not a mistake. Nope. And everything that you've experienced was a lesson, and it will continue. You will continue learning lessons. And so you want to ask yourself, how can you apply those lessons to your daily life? What did you learn from those past relationships? What did you learn from some of those hurtful relationships in your family? What did you learn about yourself, first and foremost? Not necessarily that, oh, I would never befriend an Aquarius. I would never befriend a Leo. I would never befriend a Virgo. What did you learn about you? What did you learn from that last job that you went on? Most people put it in a resume form, right? This is what I picked up from this last job, and this is what I'm taking into the new one. But very often, a lot of times, very seldom do people take that knowledge into their next relationship, right? Or relationships, right? So what did you learn from those past relationships? What did you learn from that ex, right? What did you learn about yourself from that ex? Not about that ex, oh, I would never date this type person. I would never date this height or this weight or this skin color or this. No, what did you learn about you, right? Yes, remember who you are. You are a God. You are the creator of the life that you want. Number 3, you are a divine spirit having a human experience. You want to listen to the divine spirit first. What is your gut instinct telling you? What is the God in you trying to tell you about who you're standing in front of, who you're talking to on the phone, who you met online, right? What is your spirit telling you? Number 4, you have not wasted any time. I hear people say this all the time. Oh, I just wasted time being in that relationship. I could have done this. I could have done that. If I had just, no, you have not wasted any time. Time really is an illusion. You actually have acquired wisdom and knowledge along your journey. And so now it's time to put that to use. What have you learned? What have you learned? You've acquired wisdom and knowledge, right? And then last but not least, never change for anyone else. Never. Don't do it. Person tells you you're too fat and you like your size. You always liked your size. Guess what? You need to get rid of them. Let's say a person tells you you're too skinny. You love your size. You love the way your clothes fit. You know your journey has been a beautiful journey. Your body feels better. Your joints feel better. You're just happy. But here comes this person coming along telling you need to gain some weight because they like thicker men or women. Hey, you got to get rid of them. Get back to your happy self. Let's say, okay, this person said, I want somebody with more degrees. But hey, you're out here making all kinds of money that you never even thought, dreamed, or even imagined. Unless you're going back to school because you want to go back to school, then you need to get rid of them. You know what I'm saying? Don't change who you are for somebody else. You're already perfect, right? People who are on the same frequency find each other every single day. There are over 7 billion people on the planet. So again, get rid of that person who is trying to change you. Unless you want to change yourself, no. Get rid of them and you keep on moving forward. So let's pull an oracle card. Yeah, so those are my relationship tips. And they can be used across the board. They can be used in platonic relationships, professional, and romantic relationships. I see way too many people trying to change themselves because somebody says, well, I want this and I want that and I want that. Don't do that. Matter of fact, if you're in a relationship, if you're on the other end of that and you're the person who sees something in another person that you just met and they're trying to change something for you, but you can see, okay, they're not really happy with this, then you leave. Because again, you got somebody who's going to end up resenting you. They really are. They're going to end up resenting you. So yeah, so let's pull an oracle card. Look to the stars. Yes, moon phases, right? I love moon phases because the moon will tell you everything you need to know about a person. All you need is one moon phase, really. That first meeting, you sit down and you meet a person. If your energy is completely balanced out. If you listen intently with your spiritual ears and your spiritual eyes, they will tell you everything you need to know. And I'm talking about really, really tune in and listen, right? It could be, I'll give you an example. Let's say in the past, you were in a relationship with a person, Pisces, who did not defend you against their family, right? And it just left you devastated, right? They were like, oh, that's just how my family is. And maybe you're a little too sensitive. Well, duh, I'm a Pisces. Right? Sensitive. So they were insensitive, right? So let's say that happened to you in the past. You're now healed from it, right? So you meet this new person. And so this new person, you're asking, your question phase, you Pisces are asking them, so what happened in your last relationship? Not because you ain't trying to hear all about the ex, but you're trying to hear how they handle situations and if they're going to blame their ex for every little thing. And they say to you, yeah, well, I had an ex who was jealous of my family. Trigger. Oh, really? Why were they jealous of your family? Well, because they had an issue with this person and that person. And okay, so how did you handle it? Did you make the person feel protected, or did you just, well, they just kind of were out there. I mean, I just met this person and I introduced them to my family, and my family is my family. Boom, there it is. Okay, that should have triggered you to go back to what you were healed from. Conversation over, you heard everything you need to hear in that first conversation. You do not go further into it and say, well, it's not that person, they don't look like my ex, they're not the same complexion, they're not the same skin color, they're not the same sex, because a lot of people will go from straight to gay or whatever the case may be. They're not this, it's the same spirit. That person is going to have a problem defending you against their family, and there's always going to be some excuse. I'll take it a step further. That person actually cares more about being received by their family. They don't really care about being respected by their family. They just want to be received by their family. So they're going to put their needs of their wanting to be received by their family over your emotions and your feelings. Okay? Y'all have to start paying attention, listening with your spiritual ears. But again, look to the stars. Look to the stars. Pay close attention to what the God in you is trying to tell you about people. Very much like you go on a job. Let's say you go for a job interview and a fight breaks out when you're there. You hear people arguing across the cubicle. Is that an environment that you want to be in, especially if you came out of one where it was a toxic environment? Are you that desperate for a job? Or can you speak something else into existence? Yes, I do want increase, but I want to walk into a cohesive working environment, right? You can speak it into existence. But that's what I have for you, Pisces. Have a great Sunday. Bye.